Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to this episode of Movies Merica Live on this Sunday afternoon. Okay, so, and I know NFL playoff football is going on, but hey, forget all about that NFL playoff football. You need to hang out with me here at Movies America Live, and me being your humble host, Van Ebert. Okay, you know, always watch that football, later on. I mean, why would you want to watch that live? okay, maybe you could watch this later as opposed to that. So we may not have too many live viewers here today, given that. But hey, that NFL season won't last forever, So, but we'll see what happens later on in a couple of months and whatnot, and go from there. But for right now, hey, on Movies America Live, we're going to talk about some I.S.S. or International Space Station. Some people call it I.S.S. I call it I.S.S. And should you miss I.S.S. or go see this? Okay, all right. I'll save us with the intro.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
All right. Hey, everybody. Not sure what happened right there. But we just lost my intro, but I think it's, I don't know. I'm going to blame StreamYards, who we do the live streaming for. So as long as I don't blame myself, that's the most important thing here and anything in life, right? Don't blame yourself. Find somebody else to blame. Preferably an inanimate object that can't speak up for itself. Okay, but that being said, welcome to this I.S.S. edition of Movies America Live. I want to thank everyone for joining me. And in spite of the intro just deciding to freeze up, I'd like to welcome you guys in and remind you that we do have the live chat available in Rumble and YouTube and Pilled.net. So I want to see my Pilled posse show up on Pilled, and then my Rumble Rogues show up in Rumble there to live chat with me, and YouTube. Yeah, if they show up, they show up. All right. I don't really care about YouTube all that much, so it's a lesser platform than Rumble and Pilled. Okay, so let me get that mic down there so you can see my mouth moving there, everybody. Okay, so and again, I just wanted to welcome everybody here in, especially my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. And we're going to talk about I.S.S. here again, as I've mentioned probably about 17 times already. This movie, it's directed by Gabriela Cowperthwaite, which with her last name, it does make for a fun vocal loosening exercise when you say it alongside Benedict Cumberbatch 10 times in a row. And so what is I.S.S. all about? Okay, because this is a movie that a lot of people may not have ever heard of, particularly since it is a January movie, and most people have not ever heard of the movies that come out in January, right? So, and it's about Ariana DeBose. She plays a character named Dr. Kira Foster, and her and John Gallagher Jr.'s character are astronauts, and when the movie begins, they are launching, from Earth and heading up to the International Space Station to rendezvous with another American that's already up there, their commander, and then 3 Russian cosmonauts, and they're all meeting each other, and it's established in the movie that, hey, these are all people, these are all scientists, these are all astronauts and doctors, cosmonauts, and they just want to get along up there. Okay, they're just up there to promote peace amongst America and Russia, to conduct experiments and nothing else, not to engage in politics or anything like that. They're not there for conflict or anything like that at all. It's just there to do their jobs. And so, yeah, you see them establishing a rapport, a camaraderie with everyone amongst each other, and they're bonding over, songs like Scorpions, Wind of Change, and other things. They're you got the American commander playing chess with the Russian commander. I mean, they're all just having a good time, partying it up as much as you can in the close quarters that is living on the International Space Station. And then so they're going and they're showing Dr. Karina Foster, Ariana DeBose's character, the main protagonist. They're just giving her the dime tour of ISS, and they bring her to this big window area where you get the best view of the Earth from the International Space Station. And so then, and once in one scene, she's there looking out the window and looking back at Earth, and suddenly she sees all these bright explosions or these bright lights coming from the surface of the Earth. And then we learn later on, and you learn it from the trailers. I'm not giving anything away here. I'm not spoiling anything. We learn from the trailers that those blasts, those bright lights that she's seeing from the surface of the Earth, are then that leads to the tension that we see in the trailers in ISS. Okay, and you see in the trailers that the Americans and the Russians, they both get orders from their respective countries saying, take over the ISS by any means necessary. And so, of course, the Americans are wondering, I wonder if the Russians got the same orders, and then the Russians are wondering the same thing. They don't know, but they have to assume that the Americans got the same orders, and so it just creates this tension within this movie that should have created a good movie there. But and so it's an interesting and new plot device, amongst the movies that you see where it takes place in space, and you get various, you get a small cast of characters in the movie, and they have to live, in these close quarters and that kind of thing. So it's a plot device, a plot that I had never seen before. But is it enough to carry the entire movie? We don't know. We shall dive further into that, though, in this episode of Movies Merica Live, you bet. So, but real quick here, let me ask you to like this episode. Just gotta smash that like button right on down there, and then while you're down there anyway, smash that subscribe button or follow button there to this channel. Okay, whether you're on Rumble or you're on Pilled or you're on YouTube, just subscribe, follow, and then also get in the comments section down below as well. So especially if you're watching this after it's been recorded, if you're not watching it live, get in the comments section. Let me know what you think of the show. Let me know what you think about ISS or whatever. I mean, whatever pops up in your mind, in your head to comment about. By all means, it's all good. It's all entertaining to me there. So it's I am not discriminatory as far as the comments down there. They're always entertaining in some way. That is for sure. So, but I have to say that from the jump, it's got to be hard to come up with a good, original, well executed story that takes place in space that really hasn't been done already. And so many of these kind of movies that take place in space have been done already. And I'm not happy to say it, but they could have done it better than ISS. Okay, and there's a lot of movies that have done it better than ISS. Life, cast of characters. Okay, the Martian hops around all over the place. Okay, it's a good movie, but it's not like you're stuck in one location like you are in ISS. And for me, out of all of those, Gravity is like the Sistine Chapel of space thriller movies. Now, some might say in space, no one can hear you snore, but I'm pretty sure in the theater they can. And I think some of my fellow moviegoers may have heard me snoring in there. Now, just to let you know, on a separate note, I am just glad that there are more moviegoers out there. I mean, it's rare when I go to a movie for there to be no one there. But many times for me, when I go to the movies, it's like me and like three other people. And lately, I've noticed that more people are going to the movies, and that's good. And I know that the pandemic has pretty much been over for at least 2 years, but I do think that for some more paranoid people, there was a post-pandemic hibernation that I think is coming to an end, even for those uber paranoid people that just can't bring themselves not to wear masks anymore. Okay, no matter how useless they are. And I think even those people are summoning up the courage to poke their heads out of their prairie dog holes and summon up even more courage to actually go to the movies now. And now I also know that it may not just all be due to the pandemic. It may also be the overall cost of living that we all have to deal with. Including movies and snacks and gas. Just the overall cost of living, thanks to Bidenomics here in our world or in our country, and that can't be ignored. I can't chalk it all up to the pandemic. Bidenomics and the higher cost from that can't be ignored. But that being said, I.S.S. isn't a movie that you really need to weather Bidenomics to go see. Okay, so that's a relief, I would say. So save your money. You don't need to see it. You can wait till it's playing for free on Stars or something like that. So, but all right, hey, I'm gonna take a drink here real quick. Got to keep the voice hydrated. So bear with me. All right. And I'll be going over this beer later on in brew review time. So you've got that to look forward to. That is for sure. And hopefully the playback is okay here on the on this episode of Movies Merica Live. So we shall see. We'll see what's going on with that. But it's sometimes that happens. Sometimes, yeah, you get like a terrible internet connection, and it's just the bad luck of the internet connection, bad luck of the day here. So, but that's when you're in the business. That's what happens when you're in a business where you're at the whim of how well the internet actually wants to behave at any given time. But anyway, let's talk more about I.S.S. I know that's fascinating to hear about the internet and all that. But I have to say, Ariana DeBose's protagonist, Dr. Kira Foster, is quite fantastic. I mean, I have nothing against DeBose. She was electric in Spielberg's West Side Story, and she deserved that Best Supporting Actress Oscar she got for it. However, she helps make this movie become West Side Bedtime Story, and it might be more. It might be that the more of these small cast, tight quarters, high tension in space movies you see, the more sleep-inducing I.S.S. will be. Of course, the inverse of that would be if you don't see a lot of these and haven't seen many better ones. I.S.S. may very well, prove to be like this mind-blowing, profound experience for you. And hey, God bless you for that. I mean, you won't be able to eat your popcorn because your lower lip will be trembling and your jaw will be locked in the shocked and awe position. But for me, there was nothing shock and awe about DeBose's character. I mean, she's got the magnetic personality of a 1040 tax form when we first meet her. Now, the writer of this movie, a newbie writer named Nick Schaefer, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. If I'm butchering that, I apologize. But he tries to manufacture some personality with Kira by showing her have some affection for some lab mice that she uses for her experiments in space. Now, that's a tired trope that lazy writers, especially new ones like Shafir, use to drum up empathy for characters, just showing them caring for animals. And we learn early on that she doesn't really miss anybody back on Earth, and nobody back on Earth really misses her. Now, Sandra Bullock did this type of character exponentially better in Gravity as Dr. Ryan Stone. And you cared about Sandra Bullock's backstory in Gravity, with her daughter dying more than you care about anything that has to do with DeBose's character whatsoever. So, all right, I'm going to take a second here to let you guys all know or make you guys aware of our tdpn.locals.com website, and TDPN standing for Till Death Podcast Network. And that's where you can find all the articles and blogs and videos that we have out there about everything from movies and entertainment and hot button topics of the day, politics, cocktail recipes, that kind of thing here. So, hey, we got Trevor here in the live chat here. So, and he says, does this tie into the movie Life? And it does not. It does not here. So it's unfortunately for it does not, because Life is a much better movie than this movie right here. And this movie doesn't have like a scary creature that you have to look out for. It's actually other human beings. But that is a good question there, Trevor. Absolutely. So glad you could join us. Where was I though? But tdp.locals.com. Check it out. It's a great website. We've got all kinds of good content out there. It's written in a way, presented in a way that you will not find anywhere else. Okay, very unique. And you know what? Don't believe me? Go out there and see it for yourself. Okay, you bet. But as you see down at the bottom, if you use promo code TDPN, you're going to get 1 month free membership to the website. And so, and as you could guess from there being a 1 month free membership offer, there's content on there you do have to pay for to see it. Okay, and that's like for our VIP members, so to speak. All right, you have to basically just pay $3 a month minimum, and you're gonna get all kinds of VIP access to all kinds of VIP content there. Okay, but again, as you see there at the very bottom, if you put in promo code TDPN for 1 month, you get all that for free. Can't beat that. It's fantastic. So yeah, check it out. And entertain yourself by going to tdpn.locals.com. Everybody, do it. Yes. All right. So let's get more into I.S.S. Okay, because that's what this episode's all about. And that's what you want to hear all about right here, okay? So not internet problems, nothing else, okay? You want to hear all about the good stuff here. But real quick here, I'm just going to take a look here and check on the old internets here and see if we've got any Pilled Posse chats going on in here. And nope, not quite yet. So they're probably all watching the NFL playoff games, I imagine. But about I.S.S., I have to say, the spectacle of looking back down at Earth from the I.S.S. and suddenly seeing those flashes, which, again, like I mentioned before, we later learn are nuclear detonations, is, of course, intriguing and horrifying at the same time. And then later, as we see the ferocious, fiery, apocalyptic aftermath of multiple nuclear detonations cover more and more of the Earth as the movie goes on, it just ups that feeling of dread and hopelessness. And it hits you especially when Chris Messina's Gordon character, he's the American commander, his character is out on a spacewalk. And after we see his emotional reaction to seeing that ferocious, fiery, apocalyptic aftermath all over, or not all over the Earth, but over a good portion of the Earth, he tells Kira to make sure that people stay away from the windows because, he doesn't want, just the overwhelming spectacle of seeing this destruction, this fiery destruction, to, make them lose hope totally. That could get, that could end up in some very deadly ramifications. That's what we're facing anyway in this movie. But however, when all of this, when the nuclear apocalypse side of this isn't on screen and is put on the back burner, This movie just devolves into a collection of familiar scenes we've already witnessed in other movies. Now, that's what I liked about Gravity is that the apocalypse was actually in space, like where the characters were actually at. And it was on a continually resetting 90-minute countdown. I mean, you had to make moves within each 90-minute window or it was your ass, okay? And regarding the plot line of the Americans getting orders to take over the ISS by any means necessary, and then the Russians getting the exact same orders, is it the fact that one of them could have just cut the tension by simply telling the other side what their orders were and cutting the tension that way? Isn't that a plot hole? I mean, maybe I'm naive, but wouldn't that have been a smart play? I mean, the whole reason for the tension between all these characters is the not knowing. I mean, but if someone puts all the cards on the table for everyone to know, and then follow that up with, hey, you know what? We have our orders, but we're not going to follow them, so we're no one to worry about. Well, then movie over, right? I mean, again, it could be just me, being naive about that, but chances are the people that gave them those orders aren't going to be around anyway. I mean, like I said, when you look down at Earth from the space station, it's this big fiery apocalypse down there that's slowly but surely covering the Earth. And again, they're probably not going to be around anyway. And even if they are, by the time they get back down to Earth, if they ever do get back down to Earth, with the nuclear apocalypse going on, I think their superiors are going to be a little too busy with other things to worry about doling out punishment for them not following orders. Okay, so I'm pretty confident. I feel pretty confident in saying that there, but it's. But I just kind of a potential plot hole that I personally noticed with that. But I don't know who knows. And now Trevor's has this right here. So remember when Bruce Willis blew up the ISS but saved the world from an asteroid? I do remember that. Because, I remember there was a Russian on the ISS, and he was just up there doing his thing, just chilling. The ISS was still in one piece, when he was in charge. And then suddenly, you get Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck and all those guys showing up, and they're only there for 15 minutes, and boom, the ISS gets turned into coleslaw, into space coleslaw there. So, but yeah, good point there, Trevor. I can't argue with that. So, but yeah, the ISS has been in a lot of movies. Like Trevor was mentioned earlier, the movie Life. That movie takes place on the ISS as well. So yeah, yeah, pull the lever. This is the lever. Armageddon, man. I tell you, Armageddon is one of those movies where, it's good, brainless. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I like watching Armageddon. Just because I like it, though, it's not me, sitting here letting you know or trying to make you think like, hey, Armageddon is this very cerebral, smart movie that's practically a documentary all about what would happen if an asteroid was heading towards Earth. Like, no, I realize it's dumb popcorn entertainment, but it's entertaining. It's fun. Okay. All right. So, hey, let me let you guys know all about this fantastic product while I've got it in mind. And that fantastic product is Nature Clear. Yes, Nature Clear Recovery Powder. So I will let you know what Nature Clear Recovery Powder is. It's a powder that you can actually take in order to prevent getting a hangover if you're having a little too many of these right here or some cocktails, whatever. And it's very easy to use. Okay, so all you got to do is take one of these packets and you just put it in like 12 ounces of water or your ordinary average bottle of water. Just put that in there, chug that down before you hit the clubs or go there and go and sit on a beer patio with some friends, and you might overdo it, that kind of thing, and you're wary or you're conscious of that. Well, yeah, again, just take one of these before you go out and prevent the hangover from the get-go. Okay. But if you happen to be out there already and you realize, hey, I forgot to take my Nature Clear, hey, you know what? Take it easy on yourself. Don't panic. Okay, don't press the red panic button. Okay, don't call the president on the red phone. You don't have to worry about that. Just take it when you get home. It's all good to go. Okay, so just when you're crawling out of the Uber, crawl a little further into your house, into your pantry, and just grab your Nature Clear, and yeah, just chug it down before you crawl into your futon to retire for the evening. Okay. And in order to get the Nature Clear, it's very easy. All you gotta do is click on the Nature Clear link down in the description, and grab all the Nature Clear products you want from the website down there, and then get it in the shopping cart, and then put in promo code movies in the shopping cart, and you're gonna get up to 25% off the good stuff, the Nature Clear good stuff. Okay, and then later on, when you're out there and you're clubbing it up, and you took your Nature Clear and you're on your 17th tequila shot, you're going to be patting yourself on the back and be like, hey, you know what? Normally I would have to worry about this diamond splinter headache, in the morning, but I took my Nature Clear and I'm pounding booze. And hey, you know what? I don't have to worry about that at all. I was proactive. You bet. So, and it also helps you recover from smoking and vaping as well. So it's just an all around Swiss Army knife of recovery. So, yeah, get yourself some Nature Clear now. Do it. All right. So, yeah, I just want to tell you about that because, yeah, I'm just trying to do you guys a favor. All right. Hook you guys up with a little life hack there. Okay. So in I.S.S, I mean, the rest of the characters aren't much more interesting than Kira. Again, Ariana DeBose's character. I mean, you have the American commander, Gordon Barrett, played by Chris Messina, who he was pretty hilarious in that movie Air with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck about, Jordan and Nike and all that. Check out Air because if you want to see a much better Chris Messina role, yeah, check out Air. He's kind of milk toast. He's got the charisma of a saltine cracker in this movie. But Chris Messina, yeah, he plays the American commander Gordon Barrett, who, as it turns out, is having a space romance with Nika or Nika. I think it's Nika. I think if I remember right, Nika is how you say that. And Nika is one of the Russians, and she's played by Masha Mashkova, if I'm saying that right. Again, I'm probably butchering her name, and I apologize in advance. And their romance there, it at least ups the stakes a little bit in this. And then there's John Gallagher Jr. playing the character of Christian, who you'll learn several times in this movie that he has little girls back on Earth that he really wants to get back to. They really try to drive home that point that he's got little girls back on Earth that he's trying to get back to. And Gallagher Jr., he usually plays the character of a seemingly good guy, but secretly he's like this treacherous, scum-sucking worm. And so you see him play those kind of characters in a lot of movies. And All right. Hopefully you guys can see me here again. Thanks. Thanks, Trev, for letting me know that it is screwing up here. So, all right, that's going to happen occasionally right there. So I apologize for the cruddy quality of this particular Movies America Live episode here. So, but I think we're back. I think we're back. But appreciate the heads up on that. We're just going to trudge ahead here and make do with the situation that's going on here. Okay, but anyway, so the camaraderie that Shafir, the writer of this movie, tries to manufacture with all of them doesn't quite work. It just feels forced, contrived, and I don't buy it like I bought the camaraderie that happened between like Matt Damon and Jessica Chastain and the other crew members in the movie The Martian. Okay, and of course, The Martian was written by much more seasoned writers, Drew Goddard, I should say, and Andy Weir. And Shafir, I mean, just compared to The Martian and what Shafir does in this movie, old Shafir should have hit the old spice rack when writing the characters' relationships. That is for sure. So, yeah, Beer Drinker Trev and Rumble says that John Gallagher Jr.'s character reminded him of Sam Rockwell, who had a kid back home while he was on the moon. So, and yeah, Moon is another good movie. That reminds me, that's a good pull there, Trevor. That Moon is another good movie to check out there as far as a space movie that takes place in close quarters. That's like a one-man show in Moon there. So, but yeah, it's yeah. So Sam Rockwell is really good in Moon. Check that out. And then the guy that directed Sam Rockwell in Moon, I believe it's Duncan Jones. He later on did a really great Jake Gyllenhaal movie called Source Code, which is not at all a space movie, but I thought I deemed it worth noting, worth mentioning here, because I like to mention good movies for all of you to watch whenever I can here. So, but all right, let's do this here. We're gonna do a little brew review time here because I'm getting thirsty, and that's just my cue to do the brew review time. You gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so here we go. All right, everybody. Hey, so, well, if you can actually see the episode for this brew review time, we got ourselves a little Abita Turbo Dog. All right, this is a brown ale, and it's not just brown in color. Okay, it's literally, that's the type of beer it is. It's a brown ale, and it's got kind of a caramel chocolate note to it, and it's very malty. And it's got what's called Willamette hops in it, and it just all combines very nicely for an overall really good, fantastic beer. Okay, so, and again, I'm not getting any money from Abita Brewing or anything like that, so this is a totally objective review right here. But now, if it sucked, believe me, I would tell you. Okay, but it's also got like some subtle like toffee notes in it, but not too much to where it's overpowering. Okay, I'm realizing I'm making this sound like liquid candy bar, and it's not. Okay, it is not. When I talk about the chocolate notes and the toffee notes, very, very subtle in there. Okay, mostly it has that beer taste you're accustomed to, but it's enhanced by the coffee in the toffee, or the chocolate and the coffee notes in this. But so yeah, Abita Brewing, it comes out of Covington, Louisiana, and it's got what like 5.6 alcohol by volume is what this beer is rated at for its alcohol volume there. But yeah, definitely check it out here. But yeah, I'm gonna stop yammering about it and actually get a good pull off this bad boy. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's some good Turbo Dog right there, everybody. All right, so yeah, go ahead and pick yourself up some. You can probably get it like on Open Bar. That's an app you can get on Open Bar or drizzly.com. It's another place you can get brew from. So, yeah, and I'm not getting any money from those sites as well. Okay. All right. So hey, you know what? I think I've done the brew review time. I've done my due diligence, and so it's time to wrap it up. So here we go. All right, and now for some random thoughts by I.S.S. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Scorpion's 1990 mega hit Wind of Change gets some increased plays and purchase numbers from this movie because it's featured prominently in the trailers and also in a scene meant to sell you on the whole crew, getting in here and basically bonding with each other, that kind of thing. So and this song "Wind of Change" is supposed to help sell you on that. So hey, I see we got some folks here on Pilou joining us here today. Hey, Sipping with Sean, good to see you. And he's tuning in. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We got Sleigh Bells 72 toasting here. So there we go. Yep, a toast to you. I don't have the beer mugs you have, but I'm gonna have to make do with a beer bottle here. But appreciate you guys joining here, and apologies for the video quality of this episode here. Again, being a content creator on the internet, you're at the whim of the internet, so it's like playing Russian roulette sometimes, but that's how it goes. But anyway, so enough. I've belabored that point enough. But thanks a lot for joining, everyone. And now I remember, personally loving this song, "Wind of Change," when it came out in 1990, and it hit me really hard because it's just got that infectious, unmistakable melody along with that legendary whistling, and it's a great song, and it fits within the the plot here because we're dealing with U.S. Russian relations, and that movie or that song "Wind of Change" is forever going to be associated with the fall of the Berlin Wall and perestroika and the end of the USSR and that kind of thing. And now, all that being said, unfortunately, like many musicians, Klaus Meine, the lead singer of Scorpions, who wrote the song, like many musicians, he just has a very shallow political he has very shallow political understandings, I should say. And so he actually changed the lyrics of "Wind of Change" from "I follow the Moskva down to Gorky Park, listening to the wind of change." He changed the lyrics from that to "Now listen to my heart. It says Ukrainia, waiting for the wind to change." Wow. Okay. Now, he is clearly just another limousine liberal celebrity with political thinking that's about as shallow as a Dixie cup, who thinks all of Russia should be punished just for the actions of their scumbag president. I don't agree with that whatsoever, okay? I'm sure most Russians did not want to invade Ukraine. I remember when the Ukraine invasion first started, they were doing, this is anecdotal, I realize, but there's a lot of interviews that they did with the Russian people themselves, and they did not want to invade Ukraine. It was all a Putin thing. So I think it's wrong to punish the Russian people as a whole by changing the lyrics of a song that a lot of Russians hold this song very dear. Okay, it means a lot to them. This is not a song written by an American band. Scorpions, they're from West Germany, and so this is not a song that the Russians are co-opting it from America. No, this is written by a West German metal band, and so I think that's just a slap in the face to the Russian people for this shallow, bubble-headed, vapid lead singer of Scorpions to change the lyrics just because of the latest faddish thing. He's falling prey to that whole phenomenon of, hey, I'm all about the current thing, and the current thing, or at least 10 minutes ago, the current thing was pretending that you've heard of Ukraine and you know where it's at on a map, and putting the blockbuster flag in your bio, and so it just just because Putin is an invading tyrant doesn't mean that your average, ordinary Russian citizen should have had one of their favorite songs changed. I totally disagree with that. It's just a total head up his ass moment by the lead singer of Scorpions here. But anyway, enough about that. I just wanted to take a second here to I'll remind you guys that this Thursday night, I'm going to have my Movies America spoiler warning show, and we're going to be talking about I.S.S. there, but we're going to be doing it in a more spoilery fashion, okay? And so that's where I'm going to spoil you rotten all about I.S.S. or I.S.S., okay? And because with Movies America Live, I try to keep it spoiler free. I'm not trying to ruin the movie for anybody. I use this episode or this, the Movies America Live show to pretty much let you guys know, hey, should you go see this movie or not? Okay. And but this Thursday night, yeah, I'm going to be getting more in depth on a spoilery fashion or in a spoilery fashion on Movies America spoiler warning, and that is going to start at 7 Eastern Thursday night, and then that's 6 Central. 5 Mountain, and 4 Pacific. And that's going to be on Pilled and Rumble and YouTube. And then probably the easiest way to get the links to the Movies America spoiler warning episode is just get on my X page under @MoviesAmerica or Pilled. Go to Pilled and just click on the link there and check out that show. It should be a good time. And so, again, that's a Thursday night. Definitely want to you guys check out here. And hey, we got Till Death Podcast joining the show here. So, and yep, I definitely will be releasing scratch offs today if I actually have any. I guess I haven't even checked to see if I have any available. I probably do. But yeah, God willing, if I do, I will be releasing the scratching here later on. Yeah, you bet. So, all right. So now let me let you guys know whether or not this movie is a woke after school special, because that to me is a big priority that I wanted to bring to this show, is to let everyone know whether or not a movie has been infected by that virus, that virus we know as wokeness, right? And this movie, is it a woke after school special? A little bit, yeah. I mean, because there is a cringe beta boy apology moment in this right in the middle of the movie when Gordon, the American commander, and Kira are talking to each other because Gordon is out there on a spacewalk, and which is a tense situation, right? So he's just asked Kira to talk to him, the whole time he's out there on the spacewalk to repair an antenna. And so he's asking Kira, about her life to kind of keep the conversation going so he can kind of keep his heart rate down and keep the tension down. And so they're talking about her relationship, and Gordon says something along the lines of, so, hey, do you have a boyfriend, a husband down there back on Earth? And she says, well, I do have, a significant other, but it's not a boy. And so at that point, Gordon says, in true beta boy fashion, he's like, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have said it that way, or something along those lines. And I remember rolling my eyes at that because of just how ungodly cringe it is. And that's because it's just another get out your notebook and pencils, you stupid, oblivious straight people. The Rainbow Borg is about to teach you a lesson. So write all this down, you homophobes. It's that kind of moment with this scene. And really, in a way, it's just another movie moment meant to divide straight from gay, really, pretty much. And it's just more division in our world. And this is just another movie used to facilitate that, even if it's just a minor demonstration of it. When you want to divide and destroy a country, you do it with minor but steady and continuous moves like this. And what we see elsewhere in pop culture, okay? You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it too obvious, okay? You don't want to be too obvious about it. Otherwise, the jig will be up. Everyone's gonna know what you're trying to do, okay? And so you have to be more covert about it. And that's what a movie like I.S.S. does. They're being kind of very covertly putting a scene like that in there, to to really just widen that divide between straight and gay people. Okay. And it just pisses me off right there. We don't need that. And to get a better idea, of what I'm talking about here, just do a web search for Yuri Bezmenov. Okay, that's spelled Besmenov. And Yuri Bezmenov, he's an ex-KGB agent, and he did an interview in 1984 telling all about how Russia would slowly but surely divide and destroy America. And it's chilling how much of what he said has come true. If you just really just take the time, just kind of look around our country and see what's going on. And you'll see from what he's saying, or you'll realize from what he's saying, that woke is a very important weapon or a very important weapon that the Russians use to take over. And that's always been my thought, is that, whoever it is that's trying to divide and destroy America, I think it's definitely Russia, because they've been around the longest, to actually do that, right? They've been in power long enough to actually, have the decades that it's taken to do this. And they're well in the middle of their divide and destroy campaign. I mean, we see it. And believe me, there's plenty of dumb Americans in this country to fall for it. So absolutely. All right. So just checking out live chat here, and looks like we got some good back and forth going on in Rumble live chat and whatnot. And yeah, getting the live chat and Rumble, Pilled, YouTube. We saw Trevor in the YouTube in there as well. So that's absolutely great that we get some back and forth and some mixing it up in the live chat. That's what it's all about. You bet. All right. So, and again, talking about the live chat, if you do want to show some financial appreciation for what I'm doing here, feel free. Okay. I'm not going to talk you out of it. And so the way you do that is on Rumble, you give me what's called a Rumble rant. Okay. And that's where you can give me like $1 or $2 or $3, however much you want to give. And you do that via the $ button down there where you type your live chat message. And then YouTube, they're called super chats. And I think in YouTube, it's a $ or a dollar bill icon you click on to do that. And then also in Pilled, if you're part of the Pilled posse watching me on Pilled, that's where you can basically give me gold pills, okay? And gold pills have like a little monetary value behind them, so you can be gold pills. And so if you feel compelled to do that, to show me a little financial appreciation, I'd be touched. I'd get a little emotional if you do that. Definitely appreciate that. So I just wanted to mention that while I was thinking of it there. Okay, but I'm gonna release the scratching here on Pilled momentarily, but I just want to give you my final thoughts about I.S.S. And in short, I would not bother going to see this movie at all. You really don't need to. Again, like I mentioned before, you can just wait for it to come out, on Stars or Showtime or, stream it or whatever. You don't have to go out there and trudge in the ice and snow of this winter time to go check it out, by all means. Yeah, so just stay at home, chill out, watch something better, like Reacher or something like that, or check out a better space movie like The Martian or Life. Something along those lines. Sunshine's another good one. Or if you want to watch a good movie about, a small cast of characters in a very tense situation in close quarters, check out the classic The Thing. Kurt Russell from back in 1982. Do that. Yeah, that's the way to go. All right. So let's get into Build here. See if we got any scratch offs to release. I'm gonna hit the release scratching button here, and we'll see if there's anything out there. So. And that button has officially been pressed out there. So we'll see if you guys got any gold pills to grab for your amusements. That's what it's all about. So it's one of the great things about being on Pilled. There's like great interaction to take advantage of on Pilled there. But yeah, again, follow me or subscribe to me on Pilled. Okay. And Gab's another site to follow me on X. I'm on X as well. And in Facebook, and I'm on all those locations under the handle @Movies Merica. Okay, Got the whole beer burps going on. I apologize. Not exactly very classy of me right there, but and I'm Sean Cass says The Thing. Yeah, definitely check that out. I would go check that out. I'd say watch that movie 20 times before you even watch I.S.S. once. Okay, to be honest with you here. All right. Well, since the internet connection is apparently so splendid and so excellent today, I'm going to wrap this bad boy up here. But before I do that, as always, people, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey, everybody! Hey! I got the police after me. They're coming after me, okay? But I got just enough time to ask you. Just like this video, if you would, and then subscribe.